First Contact, Humanity Meets the Galactic Council. The massive alien ship appeared in Earth's orbit without warning. Its sleek, crystalline structure dwarfed even the largest human space stations, casting a shadow over the planet below. As news of the arrival spread, humanity held its collective breath, unsure whether to expect salvation or destruction. Captain Samantha Chen stood on the bridge of the UAS Horizon, Earth's most advanced starship. Her dark eyes scanned the incoming data, searching for any clue about the visitor's intentions. "Any response to our hails?" she asked, her voice steady despite the tension in the air. Lieutenant Jackson shook his head. "Nothing yet, Captain, but we're detecting movement. I think they're launching a smaller vessel." Sure enough, a shuttle emerged from the alien mothership, descending towards the Horizon's position in low Earth orbit. Samantha straightened her uniform and took a deep breath. "Well, looks like we're about to make history. Inform UN headquarters that we're initiating first contact protocols." As the alien shuttle approached, Samantha couldn't help but marvel at its design. It moved with a fluid grace that seemed to defy physics, leaving no visible propulsion trail. The vessel came to a stop just a few hundred meters from the horizon, and a beam of soft blue light connected the two ships. "They're requesting permission to come aboard," Lieutenant Jackson reported, his eyes wide with excitement and fear. Samantha nodded. "Granted. Has security teams on standby, but weapons holstered. We don't want to start this off on the wrong foot." Minutes later, Samantha stood in the Horizon's main airlock, flanked by her senior officers and a delegation from Earth's governments. The inner door slid open, revealing 3 alien figures. The beings before them were unlike anything humanity had imagined. Standing nearly 8 feet tall, they had bodies that seemed to shimmer between solid and translucent states. Their faces were a mesmerizing blend of avian and feline features, with large, multifaceted eyes that reflected the light like living gemstones. The central figure stepped forward, its body pulsing with patterns of light that somehow conveyed both authority and curiosity. When it spoke, the words formed directly in Samantha's mind, bypassing her ears entirely. "Greetings, humans of Earth. We are the Celestial Concordat, representatives of the Galactic Council. We have come to welcome you to the greater cosmic community." Samantha swallowed hard, acutely aware that her next words would be humanity's first official response to an alien civilization. She bowed slightly, a gesture of respect without subservience. "On behalf of Earth and all its nations, we welcome you. I am Captain Samantha Chen of the United Earth Ship Horizon. We are honored by your presence and eager to learn from you." The alien's eyes sparkled with an emotion Samantha couldn't quite place. Was it approval? Amusement? "Your species has long been observed, Captain Chen. Your resilience and creativity have not gone unnoticed. However, the Council has concerns about humanity's volatile nature and history of conflict." Samantha felt a chill run down her spine. They had been watching. For how long? And what did they mean by concerns? She chose her next words carefully. "It's true that our past contains darkness, but we have worked hard to overcome our worst instincts. Humanity has made great strides towards peace and cooperation." The alien leader tilted its head, a gesture eerily reminiscent of an earthbird. "Indeed, your potential is great, but so too are the risks you pose. The Galactic Council has decided it is time to guide your species more directly. We offer you membership in our Concordat, but it comes with conditions." The tension in the room ratcheted up several notches. Samantha could feel the anxiety radiating from her crew and the Earth delegates. "What kind of conditions?" she asked, fighting to keep her voice neutral. "Your military capabilities must be significantly reduced. Your more aggressive tendencies must be genetically modified over time, and your expansion beyond your solar system will be strictly controlled." The alien's mental voice was gentle, almost sympathetic, but the words hit Samantha like a physical blow. She took a moment to process the magnitude of what was being proposed. These aliens were offering humanity a place among the stars, but at the cost of their autonomy, their identity, perhaps even their very nature as a species. Those are significant demands, Samantha said carefully. I'm not authorized to make such sweeping decisions on behalf of our entire planet. We would need time to discuss this with our world leaders and our people. The alien leader's body pulsed with a pattern that somehow conveyed both understanding and impatience. Of course, we anticipated this response. You will have 1 Earth month to reach a decision. Know that refusal is an option, but it will result in certain restrictions on your species' future activities. Samantha's mind raced. The implications of both accepting and refusing were staggering. How could humanity make such a monumental choice in just 1 month? And what did they mean by restrictions? We appreciate the opportunity, Samantha said, buying time. We will convey your message to our leaders immediately. In the meantime, perhaps we could arrange for cultural exchanges to help us better understand each other. The alien leader seemed to consider this for a moment. A reasonable request. We will allow limited exchanges, but be warned, Captain Chen. The clock is ticking. 1 month from now, humanity's path will be set. As the aliens turned to leave, Samantha felt the weight of history pressing down on her shoulders. She had dreamed of first contact since she was a child, but never like this. Humanity stood at a crossroads, and the choice before them would shape the destiny of their species forever. Little did Samantha know that this was just the beginning. The true test of humanity's strength, ingenuity, and spirit lay ahead. A test that would challenge everything they thought they knew about themselves and their place in the universe. Rising tensions, misunderstandings lead to conflict. The month following first contact passed in a whirlwind of global debates, frantic diplomatic meetings, and a mix of hope and fear that swept across Earth. Captain Samantha Chen found herself at the center of it all, shuttling between UN headquarters and the alien delegation's temporary base on the moon. As the deadline approached, humanity remained deeply divided. Some saw the Celestial Concordat's offer as a chance for advancement and galactic peace. Others viewed it as thinly veiled subjugation. Protests erupted in major cities worldwide, with slogans ranging from "Embrace our cosmic future" to "Humans will not be tamed." On the eve of the decision, Samantha stood before the UN Security Council, her uniform crisp, but her eyes wary from sleepless nights. "Members of the Council," she began, her voice steady despite her inner turmoil, "tomorrow we must give our answer to the Celestial Concordat. But I fear we may be walking into a situation we don't fully understand." The Russian representative leaned forward. "Explain, Captain Chen." Samantha took a deep breath. "In our exchanges with the aliens, I've noticed inconsistencies. Their technology is incredible, yes, but their understanding of human nature seems flawed. They speak of peace, yet their conditions feel more like a cage." The Chinese delegate frowned. "Are you suggesting deception, Captain?" "Not necessarily deception," Samantha clarified, "but perhaps a fundamental misunderstanding. I believe we need more time to truly understand each other before making such a monumental decision." Murmurs filled the chamber. The US representatives spoke up, but they were clear about the deadline. What happens if we ask for more time? Before Samantha could respond, alarms blared throughout the building. The Secretary General's voice came over the intercom, tense and urgent. "The alien ship is powering up some kind of energy weapon. All personnel, proceed to emergency shelters immediately." Chaos erupted in the council chamber. Samantha's training kicked in, and she began helping to coordinate the evacuation. As she ushered diplomats towards the exits, her mind raced. Why would the Concordat attack now, before the deadline? It didn't make sense. Just then, her communicator buzzed. It was Lieutenant Jackson from the horizon. "Captain, we're detecting multiple unidentified ships entering the solar system. They're not Concordat vessels." Samantha's blood ran cold. "New aliens. Are they hostile?" "They're engaging the Concordat ship, Captain. It looks like they're protecting Earth." The next few hours were a blur of confusion and terror. The skies above Earth became a battlefield as the mysterious new aliens clashed with the celestial Concordat. Humanity watched in awe and fear as technologies beyond their comprehension lit up the night. When the dust settled, the Concordat ship had retreated, leaving behind a battered but victorious fleet of the unknown aliens. Humanity's saviors, if that's what they were, made no attempt to contact Earth immediately. Instead, they took up defensive positions around the planet. 2 days later, Samantha found herself once again in a first contact situation. This time, she stood in a hastily prepared meeting room at UN headquarters, facing a holographic projection of the new alien leader. The being before her was as different from the Concordat as one could imagine. Stocky and covered in iridescent scales, with 4 arms and a face that reminded Samantha of Earth's ancient sea creatures, the alien exuded an aura of battle-hardened wisdom. "People of Earth," the alien's voice boomed, translated through advanced software, "I am Admiral Zixtal of the Free Galaxies Alliance. We came as fast as we could when we detected the Concordat's approach to your world." Samantha stepped forward, her heart pounding. "We're grateful for your intervention, Admiral, but we don't understand. Who are you? Why did you help us?" Zixtal's multifaceted eyes seemed to soften. The celestial Concordat is not what they claim to be. They are not representatives of a galactic council, but rather a species of conquerors who use manipulation and false promises to subjugate developing worlds. The room erupted in shocked whispers. Samantha felt a mix of vindication and dread. Her suspicions had been correct, but the truth was far worse than she had imagined. "Their offer of membership," Zixtal continued, "is merely the first step in a process that would have stripped your species of its identity and free will. We've seen it happen to dozens of worlds across the galaxy." The UN Secretary-General, who had insisted on being present, spoke up. "Then your alliance, you fight against this Concordat." Zixtal nodded, a surprisingly human gesture. "We are a coalition of species who have either resisted the Concordat's influence or broken free from their control. We fight to maintain the diversity and freedom of all sentient life." Samantha's mind reeled with the implications. "Admiral Zixtal, what happens now?" "The Concordat will surely return." "Indeed they will, Captain Chen, and that is why we are here. Not to fight your battles for you, but to offer you a genuine choice. We can help prepare your world for the coming conflict, share technologies and strategies, but the decision to fight and how to fight must be yours." As Zixtal spoke, Samantha saw the faces around her harden with resolve. The fear and uncertainty of the past month were giving way to something else: determination. Humanity had been backed into a corner, their trust betrayed. But now, with the truth revealed and real allies at their side, they had a chance to forge their own destiny among the stars. "There will be hard choices ahead," Samantha thought, her hand unconsciously moving to the insignia on her uniform. "But humanity won't go quietly into the night. We'll show both our new friends and our enemies what we're truly capable of." Little did Samantha know that humanity's response to this crisis would shock not only the Concordat, but the entire galaxy, revealing strengths that no one, not even humans themselves, knew they possessed. The human surprise. Unveiling hidden strengths. In the weeks following the revelation of the celestial Concordat's true nature, Earth transformed into a hive of activity. The imminent threat of invasion had united humanity in a way nothing else ever had. Old rivalries were set aside as nations pooled their resources and knowledge. Captain Samantha Chen found herself at the heart of this global effort, coordinating between Earth's military forces and their new allies in the Free Galaxies Alliance. The UES Horizon had become a hub of interspecies cooperation, its halls filled with humans and aliens working side by side. One morning, as Samantha reviewed the latest defense plans with Admiral Zixtal, an excited shout echoed from the science lab. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, Earth's leading quantum physicist, burst into the room, her eyes wild with excitement. "Captain, Admiral, we've done it," she exclaimed, waving a datapad. "We've cracked the principle behind the Concordat's faster-than-light travel." Zixtal's scaled brow raised in surprise. "Impossible. It took our best minds decades to understand that technology." Dr. Tanaka grinned. "Well, we had a head start. Remember that old conspiracy theory about reverse-engineered alien tech from Roswell? Turns out there was a grain of truth to it. We've been sitting on partial blueprints for FTL travel for over 70 years. Samantha's jaw dropped. "Are you saying we can build our own FTL drives?" "Better," Tanaka replied. "We can improve on them. Our team has theorized a way to make the drives more efficient and stable. If we're right, our ships could outmaneuver the Concordats." As the implications sank in, Samantha felt a surge of hope. This could change everything. But there was no time to celebrate. They needed to act fast. Over the next month, Earth's industrial capacity was pushed to its limits. Factories around the world were retooled to produce components for the new FTL drives. The Alliance provided critical materials and guidance, but it was human ingenuity that brought the designs to life. But FTL capability wasn't humanity's only surprise. In India, a team of biotechnologists made a breakthrough in neural interface technology, allowing for unprecedented control of starship systems. In Brazil, engineers developed a new form of adaptive armor that could learn from enemy attacks. And in a secret facility beneath the Sahara, physicists perfected a weapon that could disrupt the very fabric of spacetime. As Earth's first FTL-capable defense fleet took shape, the celestial Concordat made their move. A massive invasion force appeared at the edge of the solar system, far larger than anyone had anticipated. Admiral Zixtal's face was grim as he addressed the United Earth Defense Council. "I've never seen them commit so many resources to a single conquest. They must truly fear your potential." General Omar Hassan, the newly appointed head of Earth's combined military forces, leaned forward. "Then let's show them they're right to be afraid. Captain Chen, is the fleet ready?" Samantha nodded, her expression determined. "As ready as we'll ever be, sir. Our ships are faster and more maneuverable than anything the Concordat has. And thanks to Dr. Tanaka's team, we have a few more tricks up our sleeves." The battle that followed would be remembered for generations to come. As the Concordat fleet approached Mars, humanity sprung its trap. Earth's ships seemed to blink in and out of existence, striking with impossible speed and precision. The new neural interfaces allowed human pilots to react with superhuman reflexes, outmaneuvering the enemy at every turn. But it was the weapon developed in the Sahara that truly turned the tide. When activated, it created localized pockets of distorted spacetime. Concordat ships caught in these areas found their own advanced technology turned against them, their FTL drives becoming useless or even destructive. From the bridge of the horizon, now serving as the flagship of Earth's fleet, Samantha watched in awe as humanity held its own against a foe that had conquered countless worlds. The cost was high. Many brave souls were lost in the conflict, but for every human ship destroyed, 5 Concordat vessels fell. As the battle reached its peak, Samantha received a priority communication from Earth. Dr. Tanaka's face appeared on the screen, her expression a mix of excitement and fear. "Captain, we've made another breakthrough. We found a way to send a signal through the Concordat's own communication network. We can broadcast a message to every world they've conquered." Samantha's mind raced with the possibilities. This wasn't just about defending Earth anymore. They had a chance to liberate an entire galaxy. She turned to Admiral Zixtal, who had insisted on fighting alongside his human allies. "Admiral, if we can tell the truth to all those enslaved worlds." Zixtal finished her thought, his alien features set in fierce determination. "We could incite a galactic rebellion. The Concordat would be fighting a war on countless fronts." With a nod from General Hassan, Samantha gave the order. Dr. Tanaka's team activated their device, and a message of hope and defiance spread across the stars. The human spirit, with its unyielding resolve and boundless creativity, was no longer confined to a single world. As reports began flooding in of uprisings on distant planets, the Concordat fleet broke formation. Their carefully laid plans were unraveling in the face of humanity's unexpected resilience and ingenuity. Standing on the bridge of the horizon, watching the enemy retreat, Samantha felt a profound sense of pride and responsibility. Humanity had not only survived its trial by fire, but had emerged as a beacon of freedom for the galaxy. Admiral Zixtal approached her, his alien eyes shining with emotions Samantha couldn't quite name. "In all my years, Captain Chen, I've never seen anything like this. Your species, you're full of surprises." Samantha allowed herself a small smile. "We're just getting started, Admiral. The real work begins now." As the horizon set course back to Earth, Samantha knew that the galaxy would never be the same. Humanity had revealed its hidden strengths, and in doing so, had changed the course of cosmic history. The age of human isolation was over. A new era of interstellar cooperation and adventure was about to begin. Alien perspective. Rethinking assumptions about humans. Zixtal, Admiral of the Free Galaxies Alliance, stood before the Alliance Council, his iridescent scales shimmering under the chamber's soft light. The circular room was filled with representatives from dozens of species, each unique in form and culture. All eyes were fixed on the Admiral as he prepared to give his report on humanity's unexpected victory against the celestial Concordat. Esteemed members of the Council, Zixtal began, his translator conveying the gravity in his voice. "I come before you today to admit that we, as an alliance, have made a grave error in our assessment of the human species." Murmurs rippled through the assembly. Zixtal continued, "We viewed them as primitive, volatile, and in need of protection. We now know this view to be not only incorrect, but dangerously underestimating their potential." He activated a holographic display, showing footage from the recent battle. The Council watched in awe as human ships danced through space, outmaneuvering the Concordat's fleet with impossible agility. In a matter of months, humans not only reverse-engineered Concordat technology, but improved upon it, Zixtal explained. "Their adaptability and innovative thinking are unlike anything we've encountered." Larel, the ethereal representative of the Etheri, spoke up. "But Admiral, how can this be? Our records show humans as a species prone to conflict and self-destruction. Surely his victory was merely a fluke." Zixtal shook his head. "I thought the same, Councillor Laurel, but I've spent considerable time among them now, and I've come to understand that what we perceived as weaknesses are, in fact, their greatest strengths." He brought up new images, showing humans from various walks of life working alongside Alliance members. Their history of conflict has made them uniquely suited to face external threats. They think in ways we don't, finding solutions where we see only problems. The Vulcran representative, a being of living crystal, chimed in. "But their emotional nature, their irrationality, surely these are liabilities." "On the contrary," Zixtal countered, "their emotions drive them to extraordinary feats. I've seen humans work themselves to exhaustion, innovate under impossible deadlines, and fight with unmatched ferocity, all driven by their passion to protect their homeworld and now the galaxy at large." He paused, letting his words sink in. But perhaps most surprisingly, these same emotions make them capable of remarkable compassion and forgiveness. Even in victory, they've shown mercy to captured Concordat forces. The council chamber buzzed with discussion. Zixtal could see the mix of excitement and apprehension on the faces, or equivalent sensory organs, of the representatives. Humanity's potential was becoming clear, and with it came new possibilities and new concerns. Arxis, the cybernetically enhanced leader of the technocratic collective, spoke next. "Admiral, while this is all fascinating, it also raises serious questions. If humans are capable of such rapid advancement, could they not pose a threat to the Alliance in the future?" Zixtal had anticipated this question. "It's a valid concern, Councillor Arxis, but I would argue that our best course of action is not to fear human potential, but to embrace it. Already, Their scientists are collaborating with ours, yielding breakthroughs in fields we thought fully explored. He brought up a final set of images showing the aftermath of the battle. Humans were pictured aiding injured Alliance members, repairing damaged ships, and even sharing their limited resources with refugees from Concordat-controlled worlds. Humans call it humanity, a complex concept that encompasses their capacity for both great destruction and immense kindness, Zixtal explained. I believe that by working alongside them, we can help nurture their better nature while benefiting from their unique strengths. The council chamber fell silent as the members contemplated this new perspective. Finally, the Grand Arbiter, a being of pure energy contained within an ancient robotic shell, spoke. Admiral Zixtal, your report has given us much to consider. It seems we must reevaluate not only our understanding of humans, but our entire approach to emerging species. What do you propose as our next steps? Zixtal straightened, his posture conveying the weight of his next words. I propose we offer humanity full membership in the Alliance, effective immediately. Furthermore, I suggest we establish a joint task force combining the best minds from all our species to tackle the ongoing Concordat threat. Shocked exclamations filled the chamber. Offering such a young species full membership was unprecedented. Yet, as the initial surprise wore off, Zixtal saw nods of agreement spreading through the council. There's one more thing, Zixtal added. The humans have expressed a desire to send expeditions beyond their solar system to explore and potentially colonize new worlds. I believe we should support this endeavor. Laurel's ethereal form shimmered with concern. Is it wise to allow them to expand so quickly? Zixtal's multifaceted eyes gleamed. Counselor, I don't believe we could stop them if we tried. Better to guide and support them, to be partners in their journey. As the council debated the proposal, Zixtal felt a sense of excitement he hadn't experienced in centuries. The galaxy was changing, and humanity was at the heart of that change. Their arrival on the cosmic stage had shattered old paradigms and opened up new possibilities. Whatever the council decided, Zixtal knew one thing for certain: the age of humanity had begun, and the universe would never be the same. As an old human saying went, they had only seen the tip of the iceberg. The true potential of this young, vibrant species was yet to be revealed, and Zixtal, for one, couldn't wait to see what they would do next. Cooperation in crisis. Humans and aliens join forces. 6 months had passed since humanity's induction into the Free Galaxies Alliance. Earth had become a hub of interstellar activity, with alien diplomats, scientists, and traders filling its cities. The planet's first extrasolar colony, New Horizon, had been established on a distant world, symbolizing humanity's first steps into the wider galaxy. Captain Samantha Chen, now Admiral Chen, stood on the observation deck of Starbase Unity, a massive space station orbiting Earth. Beside her was Zixtal, her alien counterpart and friend. They watched as ships from a dozen different species docked and departed, a testament to the new era of cooperation. I never thought I'd see anything like this in my lifetime, Samantha mused, her eyes reflecting the stars. Zixtal's scales shimmered with amusement. You humans never cease to amaze me. In less than a year, you've adapted to interstellar society as if you've been part of it for centuries. Their moment of reflection was interrupted by an urgent communication. Admiral Chen, Admiral Zixtal, your presence is required in the emergency briefing room immediately. Exchanging worried glances, they hurried to the briefing. The room was already filled with a mix of human and alien officials when they arrived. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, now head of the Joint Species Scientific Initiative, stood at the front, her expression grim. We've detected an anomaly, she began without preamble. A massive disturbance in subspace, originating from the edge of the galaxy. It's like nothing we've ever seen before. Holographic images flickered to life, showing a swirling vortex of energy that seemed to devour everything in its path. Samantha felt a chill run down her spine. What is it? An ethery scientist, his form shimmering like mist, spoke up. "We believe it to be a weaponized singularity. The Concordat must have become desperate enough to use forbidden technologies." Zixtal's scales darkened with concern. If that thing isn't stopped, it could tear apart the fabric of space-time itself. Entire star systems could be swallowed whole. The room erupted in panicked discussion. Samantha raised her voice to be heard above the din. "All right, people. We didn't come this far to be defeated now. Dr. Tanaka, what are our options?" Yuki took a deep breath. "We have a theory. If we can create a counter-resonance field at the epicenter of the anomaly, we might be able to neutralize it. But what?" Samantha pressed. "But it would require a level of energy we can't generate remotely. Someone would have to pilot a ship directly into the vortex to deliver the payload." A heavy silence fell over the room. It was a suicide mission, plain and simple. To everyone's surprise, it was Arxis of the Technocratic Collective who spoke next. "Perhaps not. We have been working on a prototype of a new shielding technology. Combined with human adaptive systems, it might, I stress, might, allow a ship to survive long enough to deploy the counter-resonance device." Samantha's mind raced. How long would it take to outfit a ship with this tech? "A few days at most," Arxis replied. "But Admiral, you must understand the risks. Even with our best technology, the chances of survival are minimal." Samantha straightened, her decision already made. "I'll do it. The Horizon is the most advanced ship we have. If anyone has a chance of pulling this off, it's my crew and me." Protests erupted from both humans and aliens alike, but Zixtal's voice cut through the noise. "No, Samantha, not alone. The Horizon is fast, yes, but my ship, the Starblade, has more powerful energy systems. We'll go together." For a moment, Samantha was speechless. Then, a slow smile spread across her face. A human and an alien, flying into the heart of oblivion to save the galaxy. Sounds like the plot of a bad science fiction movie. Zixtal's multifaceted eyes twinkled with humor. "I believe you humans call it a buddy cop film in space." The next few days were a whirlwind of activity. The Horizon and the Starblade were retrofitted with the experimental shielding technology. Scientists from a dozen species worked around the clock to perfect the counter-resonance device. Through it all, a sense of unity prevailed. This wasn't just about saving Earth or any single world, it was about preserving the future of all sentient life. As the two ships prepared to depart, a joint human-alien crew on each, Samantha addressed the assembled representatives of the Alliance. "Today, we face a threat unlike any we've encountered before, but we face it together, not as humans or aliens, but as citizens of a galaxy worth protecting. Whatever happens, know that we go into this darkness carrying the light of every world, every species, every individual who calls this galaxy home." The journey to the anomaly was tense. As they approached, the sensors on both ships began to malfunction, overloaded by the immense energies being released. The vortex loomed before them, a maw of swirling chaos that seemed to hunger for the very stars themselves. "Shields at maximum," Samantha ordered it as they plunged into the maelstrom. The Horizon shuddered violently, alarms blaring from every console. Beside them, the Starblade's sleek form was barely visible through the turbulence. "Energy levels critical," Samantha's science officer shouted. "We're losing structural integrity." Samantha gritted her teeth. "Reroute all non-essential power to the shields. We just need a few more seconds." Zixtal's voice crackled over the comm. "Samantha, we're in position, initiating the counter-resonance now." A beam of pure energy shot from both ships, converging at the heart of the vortex. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then, with a flash that outshone a supernova, the anomaly began to collapse in on itself. "It's working." Yuki's excited voice came over the comm. "The singularity is destabilizing." But their victory was short-lived. As the vortex imploded, it released a shockwave of unimaginable power. The last thing Samantha saw before losing consciousness was the Starblade's hull buckling under the strain. When she awoke, she found herself in a medical bay, surrounded by a mix of human and alien faces. Zixtal lay in a bed nearby, his scales pale but his eyes alert. "Did we do it?" Samantha asked, her voice hoarse. Dr. Tanaka, her eyes brimming with tears of joy, nodded. "You did it, Admiral. The anomaly has been neutralized. You saved us all." As the news spread across the galaxy, celebrations erupted on countless worlds. The image of the horizon and the Starblade, battered but unbroken, became a symbol of what could be achieved through cooperation and shared sacrifice. In the days that followed, as Samantha and Zixtal recovered, they received messages of gratitude from species they had never even heard of before. The crisis had brought the galaxy together in a way nothing else could have. Looking out at the stars from her hospital bed, Samantha realized that this was just the beginning. Humanity had found its place in the cosmos, not through conquest or subjugation, but through courage, innovation, and the willingness to reach out across the vast gulfs of space to clasp hands, or tentacles, or energy fields, with those who were different. The galaxy had changed, and humanity had been the catalyst. Whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, as part of a grand cosmic community. The age of isolation was over. The future, vast and bright, beckoned. A new understanding, peace through mutual respect. A year had passed since the near-catastrophic event that almost tore the galaxy apart. The anniversary of what had come to be known as the Void Crisis was being celebrated across countless worlds. On Earth, in the newly constructed Galactic Union Plaza in New York, representatives from hundreds of species gathered for a historic summit. Admiral Samantha Chen, her uniform adorned with medals from a dozen different worlds, stood at the podium. Beside her was Admiral Zixtal, his scales gleaming with health and pride. The audience before them was a testament to the new era of cooperation. Humans mingled freely with beings of all shapes and sizes, from the ethereal Etheri to the crystalline Vulcarin. 1 year ago, Samantha began, her voice carrying across the plaza. "We faced a threat that could have ended all life as we know it. But we didn't just survive, we thrived. In our darkest hour, we found our greatest strength, unity." Zixtal stepped forward, his translator conveying the emotion in his voice. "We came together not as separate species, but as citizens of a shared cosmos. The bonds we forged in crisis have grown into something beautiful and enduring." As they spoke, holographic displays showed images from across the galaxy. On a distant world, human scientists worked alongside Vulcarin engineers to develop new, sustainable energy sources. In deep space, a joint human Etheri expedition charted unexplored regions, pushing the boundaries of known space. On Earth itself, alien exchange students filled universities, eager to learn and share knowledge. "But our work is far from over," Samantha continued. "The celestial concordat, though weakened, still threatens the freedom of developing worlds. Countless species still suffer under their rule." Zixtal nodded solemnly. "Which is why today, we propose the formation of the Galactic Liberation Front, a joint task force dedicated to freeing oppressed worlds and welcoming them into our growing community of free peoples." The announcement was met with thunderous applause. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, now serving as Earth's representative to the Galactic Science Council, stepped up to the podium. "And to support this initiative," she said, her eyes shining with excitement, "we are proud to unveil our latest breakthrough. Through the combined efforts of human ingenuity and alien wisdom, we have developed a technology that can safely dismantle the Concordat's control systems without harm to the populations they subjugate." As Yuki explained the intricacies of the new technology, Samantha couldn't help but marvel at how far they'd come. Just over a year ago, humanity had been isolated, unaware of the vast cosmic community that surrounded them. Now, they were at the forefront of galactic politics and scientific advancement. The summit continued for days, with discussions ranging from interspecies cultural exchange programs to the ethical considerations of terraforming uninhabited worlds. Through it all, a spirit of mutual respect and genuine curiosity prevailed. On the final day of the summit, a surprise guest arrived. A being of swirling energy and light materialized in the center of the plaza. Gasps of awe rippled through the crowd as they recognized a member of the enigmatic Ascended Ones, a species so advanced they had transcended physical form. "Greetings, young ones," the being's thoughts resonated in everyone's minds. "We have watched your progress with great interest. Your ability to overcome differences and work together in the face of adversity has proven that you are ready for the next step in cosmic evolution." The Ascended One turned to Samantha and Zixtal. "You two, representatives of humanity and the Free Galaxies Alliance, have been chosen. We invite you to join us on a journey beyond the boundaries of known space. There are wonders waiting to be discovered and challenges that will require the unique strengths of all your peoples." As murmurs of excitement spread through the crowd, Samantha and Zixtal exchanged glances. This was an opportunity beyond anything they could have imagined, but it was also a heavy responsibility. Samantha stepped forward, her voice steady. "We are honored by your invitation, but we cannot leave our people behind. Whatever journey we embark on, we do so as representatives of a united galaxy." The Ascended One's form pulsed with what seemed like approval. "We expected nothing less. Prepare your people. In one cycle of your Earth's orbit around its star, we will return. By then, you must choose a diverse crew from all your species to represent you on this grand expedition." As the being faded from view, the plaza erupted in excited discussion. The implications were staggering. Not only had humanity and its allies proven themselves on a galactic scale, but they were now being offered a chance to explore the universe in ways they had never dreamed possible. In the days that followed, as news of the Ascended One's invitation spread across the galaxy, a new sense of purpose filled every world. The last vestiges of interspecies mistrust melted away in the face of this shared adventure. The Galactic Liberation Front's efforts redoubled, freeing world after world from Concordat control, each new species joining the growing alliance of free peoples. As Samantha stood on the observation deck of Starbase Unity, watching ships from 100 worlds come and go, she felt a profound sense of pride and hope. Humanity had not only found its place among the stars, but had helped forge a new path for all sentient life. Zixtal joined her, his scales reflecting the starlight. "Did you ever imagine it would turn out like this?" he asked. Samantha smiled, shaking her head. "Never in my wildest dreams. But that's the beauty of it, isn't it? The universe is full of surprises." As they gazed out at the cosmic tapestry before them, both human and alien felt the weight of the future on their shoulders. But it was a weight they welcomed, for it came with the promise of endless discovery, lasting peace, and a shared destiny among the stars. The journey that had begun with a single first contact had led to this moment, the dawn of a new age of exploration and cooperation. Whatever wonders or challenges awaited them beyond the cosmic horizon, they would face them together, united in their diversity, stronger for their differences, and bound by a shared spirit of adventure and hope. As the starlight twinkled before them, Samantha and Zixtal knew that this was not the end of their story, but merely the beginning of a grand cosmic odyssey. The universe, vast and mysterious, beckoned, and humanity, along with its alien allies, was ready to answer its call.